Good morning, students. Today we are going to see about the second unit called Introduction to Python. Python is a general purpose interpreter, interactive, object oriented, and high level programming language. It was created by Guido van Rossum during the period of 1985 to 1990. Python got its name from Monty Python's Flying Circus, which is released in the year 2000. Already we have seen that it is an interpreter, interactive, object oriented, and it is also a business language. Then we are going to see about the some futures of Python. These are some futures of Python, and it is also a free and open source. Next one, we are seeing that applications of Python. These are some applications of Python using in a real time. Then we are moving to know about the Python interpreter. Before going to know about the Python interpreter, we should know about what is compiler and interpreter. First one is a compiler. It translates the entire source code into machine code before the program is executed. Used for programming languages like C, C++, C Sharp, and Java. Next one is an interpreter. It translates and executes code line by line as a code runs. Used for scripting and testing and dynamic programming languages like Python, Perl, and Ruby. Next one is differences between the compiler and interpreter. First one is the compiler. Compiler takes entire program as input. When compared to interpreter, interpreter takes a single instruction as input. Next one is the intermediate object code is generated in compiler. When compared to interpreter, no intermediate object code is generated. Third one is the conditional control statements are executed faster in compiler, but compared to interpreter, conditional control statements are executed slower only. Then compared to memory requirement is more in compiler. When compared to interpreter, it is less. Program need not to be compiled every time in compiler, but an interpreter every time higher level program is converted into lower level program. Errors are displayed after entire program is checked in compiler. When compared to interpreter, errors are displayed for every instruction interpreter. C compiler is an example of compiler and a basic is an example of interpreter. Then we are moving to know about the modes of Python interpreter. It is a program that reads and executes Python code. Modes of execution will be two types. First one is an interactive mode and second one is the scripting mode. First we are going to know about the interactive mode. Interactive mode it just allows to interact with OS. When we type Python statement, interpreter displays the results immediately. This is an example of interactive mode. I'm taking a print statement as an example for interactive mode. Next one is the script mode. In a script mode, we type Python program in a file and then we use interpreter to execute the content of the file. Scripts can be saved to disk for future use. Python with scripts have an extension .py, meaning that the file name ends with .py. Save the content code, save the code with file name .py and runs the interpreter in script mode to execute the script. This is an example and output of the script mode. Next one is ideally. Ideally means integrated development learning environment. A graphical user interface which is completely written in Python. Default implementation of Python language and also comes with optional part of the Python packaging. These are some features of IDLA. First one is a multi-window text editor with syntax highlighting. Next one is the auto-completion with smart intonation. Third one is a Python shell to display output with syntax highlighting. Next one is going to see about the values and data types. A value is nothing but any letter, number, or a string. These are some examples of values. Next, we are going to see about the data type. Every value in Python has a data type, sets of values, and the allowable operations on those values. These are the some data types. So I'm showing is in a flowchart. Next one, numbers. A number is a one kind of a data type. Already we have seen that. First one is it stores numerical values. This data type is immutable. Mutable means values cannot be changed or items cannot be changed. Python suppose integers, floating point numbers, and complex numbers. I'm taking is differentiates of integers, long, float charts, and float and complex. With an example, I am giving that differentiation. Next one is a sequence. A sequence is an ordered collection of items indexed by positive integers. It is a combination of mutable. Mutable means values can be changed, and immutable means values cannot be changed. These are two types of data types. It will be immutable or it will be immutable. There are three types of sequence of data types. First one is a string, next one is a list, and third one is a tuple. First, we are going to see about string data type. It consists of a series or sequence of characters. It will be a letter, numbers, or a special character. Strings are marked by codes. So there are three types of codes. This single quotes. Second one is a double quotes, and third one is a triple quotes. Rare. We will use a triple quotes in rare conditions only. But we will make with the use of triple quotes we can make the sentence of the string. Strings are immutable, that is, the content of the string cannot be changed after it is created. Once we created the strings, we cannot change. Next, this is an example of string. Next one is an operation of string. Next, we are going to see about the operations. Not only for the string data type, we have same operations, same types of operations in all data types. First one is indexing. Second one is slicing. Third one is a concatenation. Fourth one is a repetition. Fifth one is a membership. First one is indexing. Indexing allows a negative address reference to access characters from the back of the string. Example, -1 refers to the last character and -2 refers to the second last character. While accessing an index out of the range will cause an index error. Next, only integers are allowed to be passed as an index, float or other types that will cause a type error. This is an example of string. This is an example for indexing. So, first one is for in positive indexing, it will start from 0, and in negative indexing, it will start from last itself for last right to left. We can indicate that a -1, a negative values. Next one is a positive indexing. This is an example of positive indexing. Using positive indexing, the zeroth element will be the first character of the string. The negative indexing, the -3th element is the third last character of the string. Next we are going to see about the slicing operator. String slicing method is used to access the range of the character in a string. Slicing in a string is done by using a slicing operator called a colon. Like for example, using a string slicing method to create a substring of a original string. We have taken that I am taken that 3 is to 12 indicates that the string slicing will start from the third index of the string to the 12th index. But the 12th character not be included. This is an example of slicing. And we are going to see about the concatenation. Concatenation is nothing but adding of two strings. Repetition is nothing but a multiplication of an element. Membership is nothing but we are the given statement is true or false. We are checking that given statement is true or false. Next one is a list, an ordered data structure with elements separated by a comma and enclosed within a square brackets. List 1 has an integers while list 2 has an integers. These are single data types. This is an example of single data types. List can also store some mixed data types, whether it is string or numbers or floating numbers or integers. Next one is an operation of list, same as string operations. First one is the indexing, slicing, concatenation, repetition, updation, insertion, and deletion. These are some examples. Same operations are following for all data types, but it differs in one data type called dictionaries. It will entirely different from this data types. Next, we are going to see about the tuples, a data type of data structures. A type of data structure that is very similar to list. Main difference between the two is that tuples are immutable, meaning they cannot be changed once they are created. Tuples are used to store multiple items in a single variable. Tuples are written with the round brackets. Next, we are seeing the examples of tuples. Next, we are going to see about dictionaries that is entirely different from other data types. Dictionary is a data structure that stores the value in key colon value pairs. Example, the data is stored in a key colon value pairs in dictionaries, which makes it easier to find the values of the dictionaries. A dictionary is a collection which is ordered, changeable, and do not allow duplicates. This is an example of dictionary, and we are going to know about the variables. Variables are container or for storing data values. A variable is created the moment you first assign the value to it. This is an example of a variable. And next we are going to see about what is meant by casting. To specify the data type of variable, this can be done with casting. Get the type, the data type of variable with a type function. Single quotes or double quotes. String value variables can be declared either by using single or double quotes. It is a case sensitive. Variable names are case sensitive. Next, we are going to see about what is meant by expression. An expression is the combination of operators and operands that is interpreted to produce some other value. Constant expression. Constant expression is these are the expressions that have an constant values only. Next one is an arithmetic expression. An operator used in these expressions or arithmetic operators like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and square roots or etc. Next, we are going to see about what is meant by input and output. Input is the data entered by user. Now, input function is available for input. Syntax for input as a variable equal to input of data. We are mentioning as input. Example, if we are taking X as an input of enter the name, enter the name, we can enter the name as Python. Same as for numbers also. Then we are going to see about the output. It can be displayed to the user using print statement. For syntax of output is print. We can use it as print statement. This is an example of output. Next, we are going to see about what is meant by statement. Instructions that a Python interpreter can execute are called statement. A statement is a unit of code like creating a variable or displaying a value. This is an example of a statement. Next, we are going to see about what is meant by operator. Operators are used to perform operations on variables and values. This is some types of operators we are taking. We are seeing first one is mathematic operator, second one is a comparison or rational operator, third one is assignment operator, fourth one is a logical operator, and fifth one is a bitwise operator, sixth one is a member operators and identity operators. These are some operators with the descriptions and syntax also. Then we are going to see about the precedence of operators. These are some precedence of operators we are using in the program of Python. Next, we are going to see about what is meant by comments. Comments are lines of code that are not executed by the interpreter. They are used to explain the code and make it more readable. Hash shyness is the beginning of the comment. Anything written after hash in the line is ignored by interpreter. For example, this program calculates the area of a rectangle. Length will be 10 and we take it length, width, area, particulars which are denoted in area of a rectangle. These are the examples of comments. Thank you for this session.